The truth is that kitchen knives are perhaps 25% of the knives used in most of the terrible crimes. That's one of the stats in the films. And those kitchen knives are usually a domestic situation.
Because kitchens are in domiciles.
So kitchen knives, of course, it's very difficult. They're domestic knife. I do think there is areas of innovation that we can do with kitchen knives.
Like
I hate
what?
to say it, not all kitchen knives need to have a point on them. That sounds like a crazy thing to say, but actually it would reduce. You know, you can still cut your food without the point on the knife, which is an innovative way to sort of look at it. And in a country in crisis, I'm sorry, but yeah, let's look at that. But the truth is, all knives, you know, the loophole on the
all
heritage
knives matter.
Allows the sale of zombie ninja swords to be sold.
Oh.
So while, you know, you've got your granddad's sword on there and you want that, that's fine,
okay,
of course, but it is leaving a loophole for someone to carry a ninja.
And there we go.
So let's ban them all, and if you have one of those knives, get a license for it. Simple as that. And I think it's a small contribution to society.
Oh.
If you say, right, I'm going to back that, I'll get a license for my granddad's sword, because it is leaving, you know, these kids vulnerable.
Sorry, ladies. I'm so sorry, ladies. That is heartthrob, dreamy, sex symbol, Idris Elba, telling you that he is a wimp. And I know it removes all of the sexiness. If you're a solid Liberty woman, that sexiness is gone. We have Idris Elba here talking about the knife crisis in the UK. He's got a documentary coming up. Hey, this is promo. Go watch the documentary. See what it's about. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen it. But this, ironically, comes on the heels of me posting the John Stossel interview with me talking about how butter knives, someone could use a butter knife to kill someone.
Everyone has access to a butter knife. I could get a butter knife and stab somebody's eyes out with it. Butter knives are everywhere. Say, well, these type of butter knives are assault knives. These type of butter knives need different regulation. Simply because someone could do the wrong thing with the right tool, it would sound silly. We are not respectful of this tool and use it improperly, we could harm ourselves or others. Adding all of this fear-mongering on top of a fundamental human right. If gun owners, over 100 million in America, were the problem, you'd know it.
Now, maybe, who knows, my phone was listening to me and it sent me this Idris Elba clip on YouTube, whatever it is. I want to give a quick breakdown, though. Regardless of how it landed here, it's a teachable moment. Handgun ownership is banned in the UK. Gun owners in America have already said, and the data is clear, when you start to ban a particular tool, violent, evil people will find an additional tool. So when we say that, we're not saying that as if we're trying to be doom and gloom. We just look back to history and go, okay, drugs were made illegal. There's a lot of people on drugs. Prohibition was a thing in America with alcohol. People still was drinking more. Then the government made it legal and da-da-da-da-da-da. So it's not us just being like, we want our guns and we don't care about life. It's, let's look at the history of what has happened in reality, not feelings, not whatever. Now, this is unfortunate but predictable. This is why we draw the line on certain things. This is why it sounds so silly. He had to even acknowledge it himself, saying, oh, well, maybe kitchen knives shouldn't have a point on them. It's a few things there. Stabbings, when you're trying to hurt somebody, stabbings aren't necessarily pointy. Stabbings are like slicings. So anybody that's taking any type of knife fighting class and things like that, know that you slice with knives, you don't necessarily poke. Now, I'm not saying that untrained people in a fit of rage will grab a knife and try to like Steven Seagal fight you. I'm not saying that. But to say that maybe we should take the points off of kitchen knives because some people do the wrong thing with the right tool is absolutely absurd. Now, he lives across the pond. I don't give a fuck what he do across the pond, but he make a lot of money in America. He's most prominently known in America for his character Stringer Bell on The Wire. That show was all types of guns and knives and drugs and all that other type of stuff. These people think that they can make movies about guns, violence, and then advocate for the government to be the only people that has the means of defense and protection. It's a contradiction. Obviously, you guys know what I'm gonna say. Entertainers are not leaders. They're not. And this scenario with Idris Elba cements that. You've went from your country banning your ability to defend yourself as if it would make crime go down. It didn't. People just started getting knives. And we're now at the point where we're talking about licensing and legislation for ninja swords as if ninjas is gonna be running around here with the shiesty mask on. Like, come on, this is how retarded it gets. But again, that's the UK. That's across the pond. Here in America, there's roughly, on a low year, 500,000 up towards 3 million defensive gun usages annually, meaning 500,000 times up until 3 million, someone presents a firearm and defends life. The overwhelming majority of those defensive gun usages do not claim life. Somebody presents a gun at a bad guy and the bad guy stopped doing bad guy stuff, okay? We're not the UK. Do not allow this current pressure, you've seen it in sports, this globalization of things, this one world. Maybe we'll take Greenland, maybe we'll take Canada, maybe we'll take Mexico, creating the Amero. The Afro across those African continents is already a thing. And then the Euro. Don't allow this seemingly, oh, the NBA and the NFL needs to play in London. They need to play in Brazil. Don't let this globalization conversation remove you from your sovereign ability to defend your life. We live in America, the United States of America. We have a Second Amendment, constitutionally protected human rights called the Bill of Rights. Do not allow entertainers, sex symbols that have private security details and live in gated communities to dictate to you what you should do as it relates to personal protection. But I don't know. Maybe y'all think that I'm mad at Idris Elba. I don't want him to be the new 007. I just think it's a DEI hire. Whatever you think, comment below. If you get it right, I'll agree with you. And I'm definitely going to give you some pushback if you're wrong. But also, make sure you go over to Solutionary University and sign up for a firearms basics class. The vast majority of the reason why this type of ignorance is allowed to fester is because the general public doesn't understand the use of firearms, the safety protocols around firearms, and the data around defensive gun usages. These are things that we go over as a member of the Solutionary 9. You can be a member there as well, or just take a specific class. We got civics over there, understanding imminent threat, and firearms. You should become a member. My name is Maj Toure, the founder of Solutionary University and Black Guns Matter. Hope to see you in a class over at solutionaryuniversity.org. Be safe, be solutionary.